So here's a short video about factorising quadratics where a is greater than 1. And I used to use a different method, but I only just found out this new one. I really like it, so I wanted to share. As we know, the standard form of writing any the standard way of writing out any quadratic equation is a x squared plus bx plus c. You have to excuse my writing, it's a while since I've used the tablet. My writing's not great at the best of times, and it's particularly bad on here. And in this case, we're looking at where a is greater than 1, so the number in front of x squared is greater than 1. And usually we'd be looking for a number which multiplied together to make c here, make this 3, but added together to make the 7. But because the number in front of x squared is greater than 1, we need to slightly adapt that. So what we're going to look for is we're going to first of all multiply a and c together. So 4 times 3 is 12. And so now we're going to look for two numbers whose product, when we multiply them, is 12. But their sum, so when we add them together, is still this 7, is this b in the centre there. So I need pairs of factors then that multiply to make 12. There is of course 1 and 12, well they don't add together to make 7. There's 2 and 6, they don't add together to make 7, but 3 and 4 do add together to make 7. So those are the two factors which I'm going to use. Now, next step is to set up a little grid. And this is going to be a little bit like if you want to multiply out two brackets, you can put them, do it in grid multiplication. Well, in this way, we're going to kind of work backwards. We're going to start with our answer and work back to it being into two brackets. So the 4x squared is going to sit in the top left-hand corner there. Don't need to change that at all. And the 3 is going to sit in the bottom right-hand corner. Now, these two squares are going to be from my two factors I just found, and I'm going to multiply them by x. So we've got 3x, and we've got 4x up here. And I need to put this into brackets. Now, the way I'm going to do this is to essentially factorise along the rows and factorise up the columns. So going along this bottom row, 3x and 3, the only factor I can take out there is 3, which divides both 3 and 3. Moving along this row, they could both be divided by 4, so 4 is a factor, but also there's an x squared and an x here. That is an x, I promise, even though I've drawn it really badly. So I can take out the factor of 4x from those two. Now, moving up the column this side, 4 and 3 don't have any common factors except 1. But the x squared and the x, if I move up, actually I can divide both of those 3 by x. Now this is really 1x, but we don't bother writing the 1 because mathematicians are lazy, lazy people. Now moving up this column, we've got the 4 and the 3. Again, the only number that divides 4 and 3 is a 1. There's an x, but there's no x on this one, so 1 is the only common factor between them. And I need to put them into brackets. So on the left-hand side, I've got 4x and a 3. So 4x, and it's a positive 3, so it's plus 3. And then my second bracket comes from the top here, which is an x, and then there's a positive 1, so it's plus 1. 4x plus 3 and x plus 1.